What's up, friends? So in this video, I'm going to share the 10 quickest steps you can take to heal from irritable bowel disease, Crohn's, or ulcerative colitis, or almost any disease really, or autoimmune disease. Step number 1, understanding dis-ease. So there's two things that cause disease, toxicity and deficiency. And if you can wrap your head around both of those, you're going to have a much easier journey healing your body and detoxing out the pollution that you've been accumulating throughout the years. So there's a reason most people get labeled disease. I have the label of Crohn's disease. A lot of people have a label of breast cancer or diabetes or coronary artery disease, but it's all the same thing, you see. Your body starts to break down and your genes and your DNA dictate what that expresses itself in the body. So somebody who has a tumor in their neck, that's their body's way of trying to heal itself and detoxify. It's pushing all the mucus, the toxins, and the acids into a tumor. And when you can understand that, you can understand what detoxification means. So when you have a body that's highly acidic, you can actually reverse the acids that are causing that symptom like a tumor or inflammation like me in my intestines. Inflammation is there to save my life and protect my body from further degeneration. It took me so long to wrap my head around the idea of my body always trying to detoxify itself that once I understood it, it became so evident that my body was literally designed to heal itself naturally through nutrition and through the right conducive environment for the human organism, you know? So the average blood pH of a human is around 7.3. And if you can understand the importance of that, you can understand how disease is created. Most foods like meat, eggs, cheese, dairy, and processed grains and heated oils like vegetable oil, even coconut oil and olive oil, they are very acidic. They are way low down there on the pH scale. So if you're eating foods that are just pounding your blood pH every single day and dropping the level, you're creating an environment for your body to not thrive anymore and create a lot of room for cell degeneration and for things like parasites and viruses and overbalance of the wrong types of bacteria in your body. This is important because inflammation is there to save your life. It's there to protect your body from a worse stage of degeneration. So once you understand the blood pH that the human body is supposed to maintain in order to create a balanced, healthy environment, you understand what foods are not healthy. So I grew up eating meat, cheese, eggs, dairy, all that stuff, tons of cereal, tons of cookies, cakes, processed grains, grilled cheese. Dude, I had all of it every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner my entire life up until I was in my late 20s. And so all day, every day, your body is trying to save itself, yet you're just feeding the wrong type of food that's creating an acidic and mucus forming environment in your blood. So I finally got turned on to the alkaline food diet, the juicing, the fruits and vegetables, and the raw living foods, and it made total sense. Step number 2, trust your body's ability to heal itself. So the body's pretty epic. It has a 4-stage process to regenerate tissue. There's digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. So digestion, you eat food, you put it in your mouth, the enzymes and the saliva starts to break down the food right when you put it in your mouth. It goes down your throat, your esophagus, and it comes to your stomach. In your stomach, you have a lot of stomach acid that starts to break down the food. When you eat a high-fat, high-protein diet, it takes a lot longer to break those things down. So once you digest these foods, it goes to the small bowel and you start to absorb it. Vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and enzymes that still are breaking down, and as they flow through your small intestine, you absorb in the small bowel wall all of those things that allow your body to repair itself. And then you have the utilization. Once these minerals and vitamins are absorbed into your bloodstream, your body sends them to the areas that they need to start to utilize them to repair the tissue and to give the cells what they need to thrive. Once the cells get that food and that nutrition, then they eliminate it. And that goes in, then all the food starts to flow down into your colon and then it comes out. And once you eliminate, there it is. That's the process. If you have a perfectly working 4-stage process, you're going to have no problem thriving and living great. If you create a 4 perfect stage process, you have no disease. You have perfect blood pH at a high alkaline level, and you have no symptoms of disease. Step number 3, eliminate the root cause. So there's a lot of things that cause disease. In the Western world, one of the biggest things that causes disease that we can all see is the food we eat, obviously. Every day, all day, 3 times a day, we're eating food to give ourselves energy and to keep ourselves alive. However, somewhere we've gotten lost in the reality that Mother Nature created pretty much every organism on this planet perfect. And when you stop eating the perfect food for a human, you fall out of balance. Boom! Oh my God, where did that come from? How epic. I was just thinking I'm thirsty and I need a juice. And then it magically appears on my desk. Cheers, y'all. All right, so where was I? So once you can address the root cause of the disease, the foods, the air, the water, the poisonous chemicals you're putting on your body, and the jabs in the arms of the chemicals through vaccinations, you're going to have a much easier time of knowing what to eliminate so you don't become deficient in the things that you need. Step number 4, digestive rest. You basically need to stop and chill. You need to give your intestines some room to breathe. The best way to give your digestion a break is 4 things: dry fasting, water fasting, juicing, and easy to digest foods. Dry fasting is really, really hard. I honestly don't recommend it for everyone, but if you're having severe issues and it's affecting your life, a good thing that you can do right now today, if you're super bloated, if you're in pain, is to just stop. Stop drinking water, stop eating food, stop drinking juice even, and just chill, relax, let your digestion push out the food that's currently in there and give your body a break to just relax and repair. Second one is water fasting. People have healed some crazy diseases in really short periods of time through 10, 20, 30, 40, even 60-day water fasts. Your body knows what to do if you get out of the way. Water fasting, honestly, I don't recommend doing it anywhere more than 3 days unsupervised. But if you're just at home and you're having some severe issues and you don't really know what to do and you just can't seem to hold anything down, just try going on water. I would recommend distilled water because it's reversed osmosis. It doesn't have fluoride or chlorine or really any heavy metals in it. So if you want to do 3 days, cool. If you want to do more than that, and if you have some weight on you, you can go all the way up to a 30-day water fast supervised under the right conditions. You might need to work your way up to that. You might need to do some long periods of juicing. But water fasting is very effective, and a lot of people have seen incredible results. And I would like to do one at some point. Right now I'm still pretty skinny, but at some point in my healing process in the next 1 to 5 years, I would like to do an extended water fast because I feel like it would be a really effective way to push some deep, dark toxins and some thick mucus that has been living and building up in my body over the whole period of my life. And I feel like the quickest way to do that is water fasting. The next best thing is juicing. Obviously, juicing removes the fiber, which is the hardest to digest part of the fruits and vegetables. But when you go on liquid that has nutrition in it, you do 2 things. You flood your body with nutrients so they get what they need to rebuild, and you also hydrate yourself, allowing your body to push that nutrition through your intestines really quick and really easy. And I think a lot of people have such severe issues with Crohn's and colitis because the digestion is moving so slow because there's so much stuff going on in there, like inflammation and ulcers and fistulas and just a lot of bad things. A lot of people have really narrowed parts in their intestines. I've had severe issues because inside my intestines, I think that it's like this big. Now it's gotten a lot better, but back when I started this process, my intestines were very inflamed and I had severe issues with even putting water down. So I know that there was just not a big tube for stuff to flow through. So juicing is crucial. If you have any sort of digestion issue, even if you have ulcers in your stomach, digesting is going to be much easier if you remove the fiber, remove the fat, remove the high protein, and really just give your body the ability to absorb. Most humans that eat a Western type diet are malabsorbed. So the best way we can increase our ability to absorb vitamins, minerals, and nutrients is to remove the fiber and take the liquid. For me personally, juicing has just revolutionized my body. It's changed my entire life, and it's pretty much the reason I'm sitting here talking to this camera and making this video. Juicing has changed everything for me. I went from being sick and diseased and dead for about 7 years, getting so bad and so worse every single day, to fully functioning again. Yeah, I'm skinny. I don't have much muscle on me anymore, but I'm living. My brain is incredibly clear and I have tons of energy almost all day, pretty much every single day. Juicing's great. It's obviously sustainable long term. And although fiber is important, you can go a really long time just juicing. I did 3 straight months of just juice before I started eating like watermelon and some more watery fruits with fiber. But mostly juicing has shown me just the most significant benefits. The fourth thing you can do is if you don't have a digestion that's too messed up, and if you're just having some minor issues, would be to just get on watery fruits. Fruit is obviously the most conducive to the human body. Every cell in our body operates off of glucose, and everything breaks down into glucose. You can't absorb protein. The cell only absorbs glucose, so protein, fat, and carbohydrates all have to break down into simple sugars. So why not just give your body simple sugars in the form of raw fruit? So with that said, you don't have to go crazy and do dry fasting, and you also don't have to do long periods of juice fasting. It's all based on how late stage in the disease you are and how much time and effort and energy you want to put into healing and reversing this disease that you have growing inside of you. Step number 5, reintroduce a fruit-based diet. If you have severe inflammation in your intestines, your stomach, or your colon, and you're not too bad and you have elimination, you have absorption going on, then you might not need to do such extreme periods of juicing like I had to. My business was so jacked and I couldn't even digest water that I had to go on a really long extended juice fast in order to just be able to absorb nutrients. So once you can wrap your head around eating a lot of fruit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're really gonna see rapid results. So there's a lot of misconception behind fruit sugar, and I wanted to clarify a couple things. A lot of people think that sugar feeds cancer and that sugar feeds candida, but it's actually processed sugar. Fruit sugar is the cure to cancer and the cure to candida. And if you have any sort of issues when you start a fruit-based diet, it's because your body's not able to tolerate what it is naturally designed to tolerate. So you kind of got to work yourself up to it. An easy suggestion that I have to start yourself if you're not able to really digest fruit easily at first is to start with the watery vegetable fruits like cucumbers and tomatoes. Really simple, low sugar fruits that will allow you to still get some nutrition and to still absorb some vitamins and minerals, but also slowly introducing the fruit. One of the major issues that a lot of people have is the fermentation and the bloating. If you have Crohn's or colitis, you're probably really familiar with bloating, and a lot of people get that because there's a dysbiosis or an imbalance of bacteria in your gut. Me personally, I had a weak ileocecal valve, which is the valve that's in between your colon and your small intestine right there. And so that valve either gets stuck open or closed, and it allows the bacteria in the colon to travel north into the intestines looking for food. So when you create an environment in your body that's acidic or not appropriate for the harmony of microorganisms and bacteria, all hell is going to break loose, and you're going to have a lot of fermentation going on. These bacteria that are traveling north into your intestines are looking for food, and they eat your food that's not digested. So say you have a low stomach acid, that food goes into your intestines and is not totally digested by the time it gets to your colon. Those bacteria are going to start to eat it, and once they eat it, they eliminate it, and through their elimination, they cause methane gas, and that's the gas that makes you bloated. So with that said, you got to take it slow. If you can handle it, dope, crank it up. The quickest way you could overcome any of this is to drink Concord grape juice or eat just grapes. Grapes are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, and they're pretty much perfect for a human body. So if you can tolerate the fruit, then I recommend going on a full grape fast for as long as you can. I did it for about 7 days, probably like 6 months ago, and to be honest, it was the most energy I've ever had. I woke up every morning and was just like bzz, 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 bzz. I had so much energy, I didn't even know what to do. I only slept maybe 2-3 hours a night, but it's pretty expensive, so I honestly didn't like the energy because I felt like I needed sleep. So you got to kind of find a balance. I really do like only needing 2 hours of sleep, but having a girlfriend, having a relationship, it's nice to just be able to relax and chill at night and get some sleep. So with that said, mono meals, keep it simple. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner doesn't have to be crazy. You can have 2 bananas for breakfast. If you're not super hungry, don't force it. You know, you don't need to eat as much as you think. Being full and being stuffed is one of the worst things you can do when you're trying to overcome some sort of issue. You need to let your body digest. And say you eat a couple bananas and then 2 hours later you're not even done digesting that, and you try to eat something else, that's just going to be really hard on your stomach and your intestines, and it's not going to allow your body to rest. So keep your meals simple, try mono meals, and try to space out your meals and let your digestion really break down the food before you put something else in. Step number 6, coffee enemas, colonics, or just regular water enemas. This one's a little bit hard for people to talk about because it's your bowels, but for me it was a game changer. I was severely constipated. I would only go to the bathroom maybe once every 4 days at my all-time worst. And if you're not eliminating, you are reabsorbing toxins. So you might be eating the best food, but you might still be having issues detoxing because you're not pumping out the crap that is eliminating through your kidney, your gallbladder, and your liver. Once you can get your colon moving and you can start eliminating, you're going to see rapid healing results. There's a couple reasons that people do coffee enemas. The first one is obviously it helps you eliminate. But the second reason is because it helps your liver detoxify. Coffee through the colon stimulates an enzyme in the liver called the glutathione S transferase, I believe it's called, and it helps push out more toxins than your liver typically could on its own. This was game changing for me and for my life. I still do it here and there. But at my all-time worst, I was doing 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day when I was severely constipated. I know it's gnarly and I know it's kind of weird and gross to talk about, but if you got major issues, you will literally do anything it takes to get healthy. And one of the biggest noticeable things that I saw was my head. It really helped with headaches because when you have toxins stored in your body, it causes chaos, and it really does put weight on your head and on your brain. And so one of the easiest things you can do is to just bite the bullet and try them, you know. If you don't have elimination issues that are too bad, you could maybe do one every once in a while or even go get a colonic. But regardless, you need to get your bowels moving. You need to start eliminating it as much as possible. And the quicker you can do that, the healthier you're going to be, and the quicker you're going to heal your Crohn's or colitis. Step number 7, rebounding. Basically, you need to get your lymphatic system flowing. And one of the best ways you can do this is to lightly bounce on a little trampoline for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes a day. And what that does is it really helps stimulate the movement of lymph fluid, which is white blood cells, through the body. And it will help allow the mucus that is living in your lymph system to break up and to start moving around and to eventually find its way out of your body. So what I have personally found is the best way to do that is to just lightly bounce on a trampoline right when I wake up for about 10 minutes a day. It gets my blood moving, it gets my brain starting to activate, and it allows me to get some sort of activity in and movement in. I'm about a year along in my journey, so I'm starting to work out again, but when I was first going and I was first started to detoxify, I was rebounding for like 20 to 30 minutes a day, every single day. And if I didn't do it, I could tell that I wasn't feeling good and that my body was a lot heavier and I was having a lot harder time to eliminate. Step number 8, sleep. Obviously, everybody needs sleep. One of the best things you can do and the quickest ways you can start to regenerate your body is to just lay down. Just go chill, lay in bed, take a week off. Your body needs to get sleep. Every time you have any issue going on in your body, the first thing your body wants to do is to just lay down and rest and go to sleep. Every animal in nature does it, and humans are no different. So try to make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep. When I was in my chronic stages of disease, I needed at least 10 to 12 hours before I would even feel halfway decent. Now I get about 5 to 6 hours of sleep and I feel really good. When I was really on just juice and no food and my digestion was flowing and I was getting so much fruit sugar, I only needed maybe 3-4 hours of sleep and I was feeling like really awesome. And honestly, I was feeling epic. Every morning I'd wake up right when my eyes would open up. I would just have so much energy and my mind would just be like, boom, ready to get things done. So one of the best things you can do is to just get plenty and plenty of sleep. Turn your phone on airplane mode, shut the blinds, make sure there's no light in the room, put earplugs in if you need, wear an eye mask, but make sure you're getting plenty of really good sleep. Step number 9, de-stress. I can't even tell you how important this is. Stress is such a huge factor in slowing down the process of healing. For me, I pretty much had to take a year off of hardcore working and really traveling, and I noticed that once I stopped having so many things to do and so many things that were constantly bombarding my mind, I was able to relax and to rest. You know, I couldn't sleep because I had so many things going on in my life that I was just so stressed out thinking all the things I had to get done and all the responsibilities that I had. De-stressing your life, whether that being taking a vacation from work or just quitting some of the things that are really weighing you down, could be like really, really vital for your healing. So stress, it's huge. You got to control it. Step number 10, rinse and repeat. All of the things I just talked about, continue to do them in a perfect harmony and in a perfect process. And if you do slip up and if you do binge on some potato chips or if you do have some chicken wings, it's all right. Don't kill yourself. This is a process. Life is a journey and it's beautiful, and you're not going to be perfect overnight. I still binge out on some foods. For me right now, it's fats and it's pretty much avocados. I love avocados. I haven't been able to digest them for so long, and since January I've been able to do pretty good with them, so I've been cranking them up. And once you start to learn about detoxification, you will see that even healthy fats from fruits and vegetables can slow down the digestion and also slow down the detox process. So we all do it. We all slip up. Don't get down on yourself. It's all good in the hood. You're going to overcome this. At least you know what you're going to do now, and at least you know what track you need to get on. You spent your entire life destroying your body, and it's going to be a work in progress to repair and regenerate. Every disease is totally healable, and it's totally possible for you to get better and to get healthy through nutrition. You don't need chemo, you don't need pharmaceutical drugs, and you don't need to cut out any vital organs. All you got to do is understand the process of how the body works and how it detoxifies, and understand what fruits are conducive to healing. And if you can do all of these steps, you're going to have no problem getting well and getting back to living an epic and beautiful life and climbing mountains, going on bike rides, playing sports, loving your partner, and sharing this beautiful world that we all live in. So that's it. 10 steps how to heal Crohn's and colitis naturally. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button below, and if you know anybody at all who is suffering from any sort of chronic or degenerative disease, and you think that they need to see some of the information in this video, and they need to be turned on to the idea of healing disease naturally, and you don't know where to start, please share this video with them. If you haven't seen my website, jeffjuices.com, I have a ton of information on there about my protocol, kind of my backstory on how I got to be sick, and a lot of the things that I'm doing on treating myself and how to get better. I also have a lot of juice recipes and other information and resource links and some of the people that I'm getting my information from. So thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you next time.